Welcome friends. Today I am going to start a video on MCQ for the exam NET and SET. Tristan D. Pizan wrote a book. The name of the book is The Book of the City of Ladies. In this book, we find Pizan's vision of women building their city in the city of ladies. Now, something about Quaker community. Who are the Quakers? The founder of this community was George Fox. Quakers were averse to the institutional religion. Trevelyan remarked about them, and the remark is, if they had come half a century before they did, would have been born in batches. Quaker means friends. Name of some Quakers are William Paine, Robert Barclay, and George Fox himself. Under whose patronage the Royal Society in London was established? The answer is King Charles II and his uncle Prince Rupert. Some famous members were Robert Boyle, Isaac Newton, they are scientists. The other members like Dryden, John Evelyn, Edmund Waller, Bishop Thomas Part, they were appointed for the development of the language. The first licensing act of press or the act of publication was passed in which year? The answer is 1662. It was passed by Cavalier. That means Cavalier Parliament passed it. The act was expired in 1695 under the rule of James II. In which year last plague attack happened? The answer is 1665. First library in London was established in which year? The answer is 1684. Next, the Bank of England was established in which year? The answer is 1694. The library was the public library. I have mentioned that library. Union of the Crown happened in 1603. 1603. In which year James I came on the throne. The Jacobean period started. Here only the union of the kings happened or signed, but the kings had their own different parliaments and their system of rule. Next came Act of Union. It happened in the year 1707. 707. That means 1707. In this Act of Union, Scotland and Wales were united to England. Totally became one land under one king. The Great Fire of London happened in which year? The answer 1666. The fire was going on for 5 days and 89 churches burnt down. The rebuilding of the churches happened by the architect Christopher Wren. He was an architect. He built 52 churches, including St. Paul's Cathedral. In which year women submitted petition against coffee houses or coffee house culture? The answer is 1674. Next, now a quotation. Reason was indeed much praised and valued, but simply because writers respected and feared the power of unreason. Who made this quotation or comment? The answer is Pat Rogers. Pat Rogers. Next, who is the writer of Astra Redux? The answer is John Dryden. It was published in 1660. Another one, Heroic Stanzas, published 1 year before in 1659. It was written for or on Oliver Cromwell's death. The death or Oliver Cromwell died in 1658. After 1 year, Milton wrote this poem. In Astra Redux, Dryden praises the return of Charles II. The Charles II returned in 1660 and the restoration period started. Hudson said about Dryden that the greatest man of a little age. Dr. Samuel Johnson said about Dryden that if he changed with the nation. Next, what is the meaning of Astra Redux? The answer is justice is restored. Next, who are the forerunners of John Dryden? The answer is Edmund Waller and Sir John Denham. Dryden called Edmund Waller the father of our English numbers. Next, this Sir John Denham and Edmund Waller were the pioneers of classic school of poetry. Dryden was the supporter of Tory party, and he said about Abraham Cowley that the darling of my youth. It means that in his youth, John Dryden liked the writing of Abraham Cowley very much. Annus Mirabilis was published in 1667. It was a book of poem. It is about two great events. And what are those events? The answer is War with Holland and the Great Fire of London in 1666. The Fire of London happened in 1666. The age of Pope is also known as Augustan age of prose and reason and enlightenment, etc. Age of transition is also known as age of sensibility and age of junction. Next question. What did the Puritans called themselves? The answer is non-separating Congregationalists. The Puritans are also called parliamentarians, also called Roundheads. These Puritans were true descendants, were the believer or follower of Calvin of Geneva. They were Calvinist actually. They believed that Church of England was not totally reformed and was not totally separated from the Catholic Church of Rome. They had strict view of their livelihood. They maintained a purity, or they believed in the purity of soul and body. From this, the purification and purity, the Puritan term came. The Book of Common Prayer or Anglican Prayer Book. It was published after rearranging and revision in the year 1549. Cavaliers were the supporter of Charles I. What is the time of civil war? The answer is 23rd October in 1642. The theatre was closed then. Here we find two parties, two opponents, enemies. In one side, we find the army led by John Pym's, and in another party, the army of Charles I. A prose titled Voyage. This voyage was published in 1589. And this book was written by whom? The answer is Richard Hakluyt. Richard Hakluyt. Next question. Mention three kinds of theatre in Elizabethan age. The answer is in-yards theatre, open-air amphitheatre, and playhouses. In the history of Elizabethan theatre, mention the name of the first theatre that was established for a fixed place for the performance of the drama. The answer is the theatre. The theatre. It was the first playhouse in London. It was built in the year 1576 by English actor and entrepreneur. James Burbage. This James Burbage was the father of great actor and friend of Shakespeare, and that great actor and friend of Shakespeare was Richard Burbage. It means Richard Burbage was the son of James Burbage. Next, in which year the theatre Globe, that means Globe Theatre, was established in which year? The answer is 1599. 1599. After the close down of the theatre, the Globe Theatre emerged in its place. We can say also that the theatre was rebuilt and renamed as the Globe Theatre. The Globe Theatre burned in 1613 during the performance of the play Henry VIII, and the Globe was rebuilt in the next year 1614. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next video.